Imagine waking up at 2 a.m. to the thunderous chop of helicopter blades slicing through the dead silence of a Texas night, a blinding spotlight pinning you down like you're America's most wanted, all while you're in your boxers on your own damn property. That's exactly how my nightmare started, with 3 squad cars screeching up, lights flashing like a rave gone wrong, and the HOA queen besmirking from her golf cart 50 yards away, phone in hand, recording her little victory parade. Little did she know, she just kicked off a chain reaction that would expose her as the real trespasser and turn her suburban empire into a laughingstock. My name's Garrett, and 8 months back, I inherited 40 acres of prime Texas ranch land from my granddad Ezra, complete with a stunning 3-acre spring-fed lake that's been ours since 1940. I'm pushing 47, slinging wires as an industrial electrician, pulling 60-hour weeks that leave my hands shredded and my back begging for mercy, all while scraping by after a messy divorce that hit my wallet like a freight train. But that land is my sanctuary, where the mist dances off the water at dawn. Cedar and mesquite scents mingle with the earthy tang of nearby cattle, and Granddad's open-door policy turned him into a local hero. Folks fished and swam for free, no questions asked. The old survey stakes still poke out of the ground, rusted but defiant, boundaries unchanged for 8 decades. Then suburbia crashed the party like an uninvited guest who overstays and raids the fridge. Lakeshore Estates popped up 2 years ago, a cookie-cutter paradise of McMansions and manicured lawns, bringing with it the HOA plague led by none other than Delilah Thornfield, a 52-year-old control freak who rules with an iron fist wrapped in a velvet glove of community standards. Delilah glides around in her immaculate white BMW SUV, her lavender perfume announcing her like a toxic cloud before you hear the click-clack of her designer heels. She's got that perpetual condescending smile, the kind that says she's never heard no without plotting revenge. Word around Ruby's diner is she got booted from city council amid whispers of embezzling funds. Nothing proven, but the rumors stick like gum on a hot sidewalk. Now, she lords over the HOA like it's her fiefdom, enforcing rules with the zeal of a traffic cop at quota time. After one hellish week crawling through industrial guts, I needed escape. So I pitched Granddad's faded canvas tent by the lake, just like he did when life piled on. The campfire snapped and crackled. My instant coffee from his dented mug tasted like freedom, and the water's soft lap against the shore drowned out the world's noise. Pure bliss until dawn shattered it. Engines growled closer, kicking up dust like a mini tornado. Delilah led the charge in her BMW, flanked by 2 jittery board members clutching papers like shields. She hopped out, heels sinking slightly into the dirt, and waved those documents with a flourish. "Sir, this water feature is now community property per our HOA covenants," she declared, her nails, painted a aggressive red, tapping her clipboard like Morse code for "get out." Water feature? She reduced Granddad's lake to some mall fountain. I rose slowly, coffee in hand, the rising sun already baking the air. "Ma'am, this land's been in my family since your estates were grazing cows. You're on my dirt right now." Her eyes narrowed behind designer shades. "Not according to our easement rights. You have until sunset to clear your illegal encampment, or we'll involve authorities." The perfume dust combo stung my eyes as she clicked away, leaving me to dismantle the tent with a bitter taste in my mouth. I'd skimmed the inheritance papers, paid the taxes, big mistake. Bigger one, thinking she'd back off. But she'd miscalculated too, assuming I'd fold like laundry. A week later, craving more peace, I returned to find my stomach plummeting. An 8-foot chain-link fence barred the lake access, gleaming mockingly under the afternoon sun. Cameras perched like watchful crows, yellow signs blaring "No trespassing." Lakeshore Estates property. I rattled the gate, the clang echoing like a challenge, the fresh concrete smell mixing with my boiling rage. They'd fenced off my legacy while I slaved at work, slapping their name on it like colonial plunder. The water teased me from 20 feet away, untouchable behind steel and sheer gall. This wasn't a mix-up, it was theft. I stormed to the county courthouse, fists clenched, and met Dolores, a 70-something clerk with a soft spot for Granddad since Eisenhower days. "Your pawpaw was salt of the earth," she drawled, pulling musty files that reeked of old battles. 2 hours in. Jackpot. The HOA's adverse possession claim from 18 months back. A sneaky land grab. Pro tip for every homeowner. Tattoo this. Texas needs 10+ years of open use for adverse possession. Theirs was 8 years short, turning that fence into fancy vandalism. Lesson learned. Scrutinize neighbor claims before they bully you. I dipped into divorce cash meant for a truck and hired Marcus Webb, a bulldog attorney built like he lifts gavels, with a rep that makes foes sweat. He pored over surveys and grinned. Their fence overreached by 15 feet onto my land. They weren't blocking. They were stealing. He slapped a restraining order down so quick it smoked. Watching the sheriff hand Delilah those papers? Priceless. Her polished facade cracked for a split second, eyes flashing panic beneath the poise. But she bit back. At the HOA meeting, she painted me as a loose cannon, claiming I'd threatened her lakeside. Pure BS. But gossip spread like wildfire through cul-de-sacs and group chats, each whisper inflating the drama. My cameras caught golf cart ninjas skulking at night, measuring fence lines like plotting a heist. Plot twist. The fence builder? Delilah's brother-in-law. Family corruption at its finest. Then the haymaker. I pulled permit records. 0 filed. Their monument was illegal from jump. Marcus piled on complaints, and the inspector's visit loomed like sweet payback. They'd fenced me out with bootleg construction while dubbing me the outlaw. Round 1 to me, but bullies don't quit. They amp up. 3 weeks post-fence, Delilah struck surgically. She sicked the state environmental agency on me, claiming my camping poisoned the pristine lake, septic leaks, chemicals, the works. Weaponizing green laws like a eco-villain. In Marcus's office, her complaint read like bad fanfic. False reports to agencies? That's felony territory, he chuckled. Prosecutors eat this up, Inspector Rodriguez showed Tuesday. Gear like a sci-fi lab, testing water pure for 80 years. Samples gurgled into vials as mockingbirds chirped irony. 20 minutes later, he blinked confused. Cleanest I've seen in 15 years. Better than tap water. What's the beef? Music to my ears. I FOIA'd her complaint, perjury goldmine, alleging dumps and destruction. All lies on record. Marcus countered with defamation, blowing her plan sky high. Now she faced charges. Her desperation stank through the pages. But it rallied allies. Buck Hensley, 70-year-old rancher and Granddad's fishing buddy since Truman, called fuming. This HOA crap ends now. What you need? His affidavit nuked her pollution tale. Even HOA newbies griped about fees funding lawsuits over potholes. Internal revolt brewing. That's when Delilah ditched subtlety for crime. Cameras nabbed shadows dumping motor oil lakeside, creating oily rainbows. EPA tip followed, but inspection screamed sabotage, fresh, deliberate. Shift to criminal probe. I rigged floodlights brighter than Vegas, turning my land into Fort Knox. Payoff? Vernon, her twitchy accountant lackey, spotlighted mid-planting trash bags. Face pure horror, bags dropping like hot coals. "This ain't what it looks like," he yelped. "Oh, 'cause it screams felony tampering." I shot back, camera zooming. He bolted like a scalded cat, leaving receipts proving premeditated frame-up. Pattern clear, facts hit. She escalated to felonies, false reports, sabotage, tampering. Civil spat gone criminal. Oil stench faded, replaced by her rotting scheme. But her downfall's entree was coming. 2 months in, Delilah went nuclear. Sued claiming granddads will invalid due to dementia, barring my inheritance. Desecrating a dead man's rep for land? Court docs felt like grave desecration. Evidence? Grocery clerk said he dithered on bags, dementia-proof in her world. Neighbor claimed name forgets like every octogenarian. Emergency lockout sought. Then personal. PI tailing me, clicks from bushes like bugs. Divorce dirt spread like plague. Flyers branding me unstable with creepy pics. Humiliation scorched. Marcus looped in Saracen. Estate shark supreme. She shredded the dementia BS. Medical records showed sharp mind. Banks proved savvy investments. Doc Vance testified. Ezra planned estates like a pro weeks before death. Sharper than folks half his age. Buck rallied a Defend Ezra crew. Locals spilling tales of his kindness. Free lake use. No repay loans. Witnesses galore. Sarah dug finances. Lakeshore bleeding cash. Unsold lots. Repair bills. Delilah's motive? Greed. The sabotage peaked with staged cow chaos. Fence cut. Herd released. Fake animal control call blaming me. Manure perfume mix when she documented? Poetic. Media ploy. Faked damage pics to TV. Claiming I terrorized. Reporter Thomas Rivera fact-checked like Watergate. Interviewing Buck and Vance, narrative flipped. Her cred evaporated. HOA motion my suit frivolous. Seeking fees like a thief suing for stress. Sarah's brief eviscerated. Factual versus fabricated. Her position, toxic waste. For months deep, Delilah blitzkrieged bureaucracy. Zoning challenge on my AG land, claiming camping violated residential rules. City depths swarmed, inspector eyeing granddad's ancient cabin like Chernobyl, fire marshal grilling campfires, health probing phantom contamination. Clipboards flipped, stamps thumped like doom drums. But each clean bill, no issues, more ammo for harassment suit. Officials' words, court gold. Pressure hit my job. Anon letters calling me nuts. With pics. Boss Ray, drama vet, documented instead of firing, can't punish property rights. HOA fractured. Special meeting exposed $75,000 legal sinkhole. Assessments looming. We wanted peace, not bills, one griped. Fighting for values, Delilah snapped, blind to her destruction. Rebellion erupted. Families bailed. Values tanked. Depositions exposed her. House mortgaged for lake-adjacent flop needing my land. No diligence, just theft plan. DA probed false reports. Sabotage. Bribery. Handcuffs clinked as charges loomed. False instruments. Obstruction. Fraud. Insurance bailed. No coverage for crimes. Board faced ruin, settlement urged. But she clung, desperate measures brewing for her endgame flop. The July County Commissioners' meeting packed like a rock show, buzzing under fluorescence, chairs creaking anticipation. Agenda: property resolution. Reality: Delilah's roast. Cameras rolled. Thomas live-streamed. Viewers hooked on justice for Ezra. Buck marched locals in. Faces steely. Vance clutched med files. Miguel maps. I presented straight. Timeline screens showed escalating crimes. Surveys proved theft. Just want what's mine. Per granddad. Docs prove HOA trespassed while accusing me. Delilah's podium plea? Sweat-soaked disaster. Voice quavering. Hands flailing about safety and selfish individualism. Ironic from the destroyer. Sarah's bomb. Played Vernon's bribery tape. $25K to drop it? My retort. Obstructing justice on cam? Room exploded gasps. Murmurs. Deputy cuffed Vernon mid-meeting. Rights to remain silent. Click shuffle symphony. Commissioner read fraud. $127,000 assessments wasted. 3 resigned on spot. Crowd roared like champs. Unanimous vote for my rights. Condemning abuse. County attorney launched probes, civil to criminal. Thomas's post viraled. Justice for Ezra trending. HOA horror stories flooding. Delilah's post-meeting reconcile? Hollow echo. 6 months on. Dust settled like lake mist. Court hit $89,000 damages plus fees. Texas law rewards boundary winners. HOA yanked fence. Paid penalties. Fund drained. Delilah foreclosed. Fled like ousted tyrant. New board apologized. Mandated transparency, no more vendettas. Values steadied. Shunners now chat lakeside. Proceeds birthed Ezra's legacy fund. Annual fishing tourney for kids. Teaching stewardship where choppers once hovered. Buck chords. Turning war zone to wonder. My camps? Peaceful rituals, coffee, bacon, jumps. Tent symbolizes rights sans harassment. Thomas won awards. Case law school staple. Spawning protections. Paid debts. Built dock/picnic spot. Restored plants. Sanctuary status. Schools visit for eco-lessons. Rippling awareness. Helping neighbor Jake now, retired Marine versus HOA over vet bikes. Spill your HOA hell below might feature it. Subscribe. Bell smash for more underdog wins. But tell me, was Delilah truly safeguarding the neighborhood? Or was she the ultimate trespasser hiding behind a mask of morality?